Title is Factorising, and we're going to be looking at how to factorize quadratics using the sum and product rule with same signs. Equipment required for this lesson is a pen and paper and a pencil. Okay, we're going to be using the sum and product rule to be factorizing quadratics. Okay, now what is the sum and product rule? We're going to get into that now. I think of two numbers. Okay, the sum equals 5 and the product equals 6. Okay, now all that means is if I add these two numbers together, the sum is 5. So sum means adding them together. And if I multiply my two numbers together, I get 6, which is the product. So product means multiplying them together. Okay, we are going to be using the sum and product rule. So these are what they stand for. Now, in order to work out the two numbers that I am thinking of, if I was to list out all the numbers that I can add together to make 5, I would have a very long list. But if I was to list out all the numbers that I can multiply to make 6, the list won't be that long. Okay, I can then use that list to get my two numbers. Okay, so let's write out the factors of 6. I know 1 times 6 would give me 6. I know 2 times 3 would give me 6. Again, 3 times 2, alright, and then 6 times 1. These are all the factors of 6. These are the only numbers that you can multiply together to give me 6. Now, which of these pairs, remember these are all pairs, okay, so they're all in pairs. You can't pick one number from different pair. These are all together. Which two numbers in a pair can I add to make the sum of 5? Well, I know 2 add 3 would give me 5, and I know 2 times 3 would give me 6. Therefore, the two numbers that this question was thinking of at the start is 3 and 2. Okay, so how to use the sum and product rule when we're trying to factorize quadratics. Now, so far, when it comes to factorizing, what we've done is we've got the highest common factor from the numbers, then whatever's common with the letters, and we put it outside the bracket, and then we factorized into a single bracket. Okay, now we can do that when you have something common in all the terms. Okay, when you have a quadratic, okay, you can see I've got x's here, I've got x's here, but I don't have any x's there, so there's no letters common in any of the terms. Okay, I've got a 7 here and I've got a 12 here. Now there's no common factor between 7 and 12, okay, besides the number 1, which is, can't use it. Okay, so here is where we have to use the sum and product rule. Okay, we need to find two numbers, okay, that give us a sum of 7, okay, and a product of 12. All right. Now, when we're factorizing quadratics, we are going to put them into double brackets. Okay, we have expanded double brackets before, so we know what they look like. Okay, now because my first term is going to be x squared, I know in my first bracket I'm going to have an x, and in my second bracket I'm going to have an x, because when I multiply this out, x times x will give me this x squared. I then need two numbers that give me a sum of 7 and a product of 12 to complete my brackets. Okay, again, I'm going to list out all the pairs of numbers that multiply out to give me 12. Okay, so I've got 1 and 12. Okay, do they get a sum of 7? No, so move on. 2 and 6. Do they add to give me a sum of 7? No, they don't. 3 and 4. Do they add to give me a sum of 7? Yes, they do. So I have x plus 3, x plus 4. Now, to check if I have done this correctly, I can use the FOIL method and expand this bracket. Okay, so I'll have x times x, which is x squared, x times 4, which is plus 4x, 3 times x, which is plus 3x, and then 3 times 4, which is plus 12. And because we've done it in the order of FOIL, This middle bit over here will always simplify, so I get plus 7x, and that goes back to the original quadratic expression that we started with, so we factorize this correctly. Copy down these steps and then move on to the next example. Okay, I'm going to factorize this quadratic again using the sum and product rule. Okay, I need two numbers that give me a sum of 6 and two numbers that multiply to give me 8. So a product of 8. Alright, again I'm going to list out all the numbers that give me a product of 8. Now because I know it's x squared and there's nothing common in either of the terms, in any of the terms, I know it's going to be two brackets, and I know I'm going to have x in the first bracket and x in the second bracket to give me this x squared. Okay, now numbers that multiply together to give me 8. Well, I've got 1 and 8. Do they add together to give me 6? No, they don't. I have got 2 and 4. Do they add together to give me 6? Yes, they do. So I can use these two, x plus 2, x plus 4. Okay, again, to check your answer, you can expand the bracket out to see if you end up with this original expression. Again, copy this example out and then move on to the main tasks. Okay, and I want you to have a go at these on your own. If you're in set 4, I want you to do red and green. Okay, challenge yourselves with the mustard. And if you're in set 5, you only have to do red. Once you are done, take a picture and upload your work onto ClassCharts. You can rewind this video to help you if you get stuck.